guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to chop some fresh parsley. Now this parsley has been washed and dried. Now chopping parsley, believe it or not, there's actually an art to it. Years ago, and even in some restaurants still today, they say the caliber of a chef is actually how good he is in relation to chopping parsley. So again, you'll see a lot of chopped parsley that looks lumpy and bitty and all this type of stuff. What you want to do is try and get an even flake of parsley that is uniform across. So the first thing that we want to do in relation to the parsley is we want to remove the stalks here. Now, these stalks we won't throw out. Why? Because we're going to use them in a stock. Fish stock that we're going to make later on, okay? So we're going to reserve them, keep them aside. Now, the first thing that we need to do in relation to the parsley is we need to actually bunch it down like so, okay? Get it into a ball, like that, okay? And then start off with our knife. Now, our knife is we're going to be chopping like so, but as we're chopping, the knife is going to stay in a stationary position, but what's going to happen is we're going to use our fingers to feed the parsley in towards the knife, okay? So I'll show you what I'm talking about as we go forward. So here we start, have the parsley all bunched together. It's fairly tight, so we're going to begin the chopping process now. So, and again, as you're moving forward, keep flipping the parsley around, okay? Watch your fingers. But you can see by having the parsley tight, makes the whole chopping procedure much more easy. Now, some stalk there, I'll reserve that off. Now, parsley, we're going to do the same thing again. It's a matter of process in relation to the parsley. Just keep folding it back on itself, using the side of the knife to actually bunch it together. Keep chopping and chopping, okay? Now you can see what I'm talking about here in relation to bitty and scrappy, okay? It's basically, it's all over, there's no uniform size. So we're just going to keep going here for the moment and chopping parsley out so. Now we've got to the point, stage, where it's beginning to take some sort of a uniform shape. So now what we want to do is we want to begin to run the actual blade much more loosely across the parsley here. So as you can see here now, I'm pulling the parsley in, and now what I'm doing is I'm keeping my hand on the front of the blade. I'm using the back of the blade as a triangle like so, and running the blade through the actual parsley. Now you want to make sure that you do this on a chopping board, because you do not want to do this on any other surface other than a chopping board, because all you're going to do is completely destroy the blade of your knife, okay? So keep running the blade through like so. Now you can see that the actual parsley is becoming much more even in size. So now that's just about it. We're just about finished there now. Run the blade through a few more times. Pull the parsley in on the back of itself, and make sure that you get any of the larger pieces that may have escaped in onto that blade. And we're then, as I said, just about ready to actually finish off here. And now what you can see is you've got a fine parsley, a fine chop that's uniform, it's even, and now we're ready to use this in our herb crust. Okay guys, thanks.